So I've not skipped too far forward from that last episode, and the reason why is we are right on the cusp of going into January, and you know what that means. We're going to be fending off a lot of interest from a lot of clubs for some of our star players. Who knows? Probably one of them will go, hopefully not both. But if any of them are going to leave, we want some of that big money to come into the club. Now, reason why I bring you back now, we've got a game against Tranmere. Of course, we have already seen us play Tranmere, but that is a battle between second and fourth. A win against Tranmere will mean we go quite a lot of points clear in terms of those automatic spots. As you can see, unfortunately, we lost 1-0 to Stevenage in that game off camera. We conceded in the 4th minute and we just couldn't get a reply. We had a lot of highlights of us really missing easy chances. So it was just a bad day at the office is all I'm pinning that on. Hopefully it isn't a continuation of things to come. The reason why we've come back to that Tranmere game, like I said in the intro, is if we have a look here, we are currently second on 54 points and they are 4th on 49 points. They are the closest chaser to get into these automatic promotion spots. If we can win today, we will end up going on 57 points, which will mean that we will be 8 points clear of Tranmere. Of course, that doesn't mean we've guaranteed promotion by any stretch of the imagination, but it just gives us that little bit more breathing space, which is always nice to have, especially at this part of the season. And I mean, if we are going to lose 1 or 2 key players, it gives us a chance to potentially be able to replace them without dropping too many points, right? And then what the plan will be after the Tranmere game is I'll probably play these games off camera throughout January, maybe bring us up to the middle of January. If the players are going to go, I want them to go in the start, right? Reason why, it then gives me a chance to bring in other players, whether they be free agents or whether I look to buy someone. That's going to be ideal. They go in the first couple of weeks. So what the plan will probably be, play Tranmere, then skip up to maybe like the Walsall game. But of course, as transfer news then comes in between these dates, I'll bring that to you live and we'll talk through what the plan is and what we're going to do. But without further ado, let's get into the Tranmere game. As you can see, the games have been coming thick and fast, so we need to do a little bit of rotation. So Declan Skara needs to have a rest and Darnell Johnson needs to come in. He's going to be partnering Josh in the centre of that defence. Killer Ferreri's going to take a little bit of rest. We're going to have Ishmael come in. Of course, Ishmael could be our long-standing right back, potentially moving further forward. Briggs is going to come in to the fold at right back. Again, he's a more defensively solid right back. And of course, we're playing Tranmere, who are much higher up the league than some of the other opposition we've been playing. Hayden Murray-Holmes is absolutely shattered. So we're going to put Gromek there. We're then going to keep Holland, keep Francis, and of course we rested Hugo as much as we could, but we had to bring him on in that game against Stevenage, so he's still not full match fitness or full match sharpness, unfortunately. I will swap him into the channel forward just so he can get some runs in behind. For this afternoon is my main thinking there. I might actually do this, because then I can always bring Francis on for Hugill, maybe at half time, give a little bit of extra respite there. I'm going to take Hayden Murray-Holmes off altogether, off of the bench, because he's absolutely shattered. Other than that, I might put Chris Francis on the bench instead of Killer Ferreri. Again, just give him a good old rest. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be the starting 11 for today. Probably not our strongest starting 11, maybe bar 1 or 2 players, but resting is needed. You know, we can't be playing our strongest 11 week in, week out. We've done that last time, and look what happens. We get bit in the arse at the end of the season. And here we go. The team sheets are in. I'm not going to go through the team because, of course, you are already so familiar with that team lineup, and we've almost gone through it now. Recent form standings have Tranmere 14th while we're sitting in 3rd. So that should hopefully go in our favour. They've had a pretty torrid run of form. I think I'm going to go with that, to be fair. Give them that inspiration to say, look, Tranmere have not been playing well. We can take advantage of this. We can go 8 points clear of them automatic playoff positions. Playoff positions? Automatic promotion positions. And see how we can capitalise on their bad form, and hopefully meaning that we can then bridge that gap on top of the league as well. Hopefully Barnsley can drop some points and we might be able to get a little bit more of a respite against them. So Hugill here charging from our own half. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Absolutely fantastic. That is a player who is in absolute golden vein of form. From their free kick He picks up the loose ball and then runs all the way down to the other side of the pitch. Does a cheeky little bit of skill. Let's just watch this again. Runs down, absolutely as cool as you like. All the players are tracking him. You think at this point you're going, oh, he's took it a bit wide. He's not going to get a good angle from there. And then he goes, oh, hang on a minute. A little bit of a flip-flap. Takes it past his player. And then bang. Look at the confidence to go for the far corner there. That is a boy who's in fine form. And to be honest, if other clubs aren't knocking at my door for Joe Hugill, then something's seriously wrong in the world of football. If a player can be performing like this, 24 goals in 24 matches in the league, and no one else is interested in him, then, I mean, I will take it. He's an absolute wonderful superstar for us and a wonderful player. We don't want to ever lose him. Oh, to be fair, that was a good goal from them. Could Wright have done better? Maybe. There is always a question mark about Wright to a degree. I mean, he did have, I'm not sure if he still has now after the games that we've gone over, but a couple of episodes ago, I think he was most clean sheets. I'm going to encourage the boys. That's why we can't risk resting Hugo as well. Because of that individual performance, Barnsley are actually winning. They're beating Torquay, so kind of not a surprise everyone beats Torquay, it seems, as they are rock bottom of the league. But as things stand, we will still stay 5 points clear of Tranmere if the game stays as it is now, and Crewe are on 55 points as well. Crewe are currently winning, so if we can win, then we'll be all right. We can have a little bit more of a gap on Crewe as well. Zach Chawai picking up the loose ball from them, plays it long downfield. Holland chases it but can't get there. I don't really like them long downfield balls that they play. A little one to... Ooh. Right, with an absolutely fantastic save. I thought that was getting nestled into the back of the net. Corner for them. Oh, right again. Double save from Wright. It goes out for another corner. And luckily, we won't see it. Thank the Lord. We don't want that pressure building. I'm going to encourage the boys again. Briggs into Dario. Dario goes to take his man. Briggs wins the ball, puts it in for Hugo, but he just can't get there. Zach Chawai picks it up, though. Gromit. Into Ishmael. Ishmael takes him man, beats him, cuts it across. Everyone's there. No one was there, sorry. And Holland, in the end, was there on the far post. I can't get my words out. I'm so excited with regards to being in the automatic playoff spot. No, I keep calling it a playoff spot. Automatic promotion spots. But Ishmael's cool as you like. No one reacts. So it goes all the way across. But Holland's there to tap it in and puts Oxford City back in the driving seat. Torquay have got an equaliser against Barnsley as well. So that means at the moment they're dropping points in the title race. But of course we need to stay defensively solid and keep our momentum in this game. Currently 2-1, 35 minutes played. Good bit of play there from them, and Wright gets the save again. See, sometimes there's a question mark about Wright, and then other times you go, yep, no, he's pretty good. He's still decent. He's still doing a good job. Crewe are still winning. What does that mean to the live league table? We still will be 4 points behind Barnsley as things stand. But of course, we do love to be the chaser in the pack. We've done it time into year in, year out, apart from last year when we went up as champions. I'm going to put... Okay, I didn't actually mean to click that, but that's fine. That was a very good first half performance. Keep it up. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't that bad. I'm going to then put Francis up front. Look, he's knackered. But we're going to have to do it because we ain't really got much other choice. And I'm going to take Holland off and put on Brannigan. And other than that, Zach Chawai needs a rest as well. I could do this. Yeah, we'll do that. This is all about managing fitness levels now. Because I don't want a massive drop-off on form like we've had before, right? We've seen it in seasons gone by where the team get to a point where everyone is knackered and everyone needs a rest. And then we simply just can't string any form of form together. It's very bit part as we go. The corner here for us. Brannigan with the delivery. Lovely ball. There's a bit of confusion there. Oh! Their defender handballed it. So we've got a penalty. I mean, we'll take it. I had no idea what was going on. Gromit steps up. And he smashes it into the bottom corner. Lovely. 3 goals in 20 matches now from Gromit. All coming from penalties, may I add. So he is our penalty specialist in the squad. But 3-1 up. We are most certainly now in the driving seat in this match this afternoon away from Tranmere. Remember, in the reverse fixture at home, we drew this, I think it was 0-0 or 1-1 potentially. So we are proving that we are getting better and better every single week, and that's important to see. Are we going to make any other changes? Ideally, we would get Dario off, but I haven't got anyone else that I can make any other subs for, really. And I don't want to disrupt the defence right now, so we're just going to have to leave it as it is and hope. What we might do, we might bring the tempo down slightly and time waste. Maybe let's not assert ourselves too much. Try and sort of have game management now. Slow the pace of the game down, waste time, frustrate Tranmere whilst not risking injuries for ourselves. Ishmael here picks up the ball from the winger. The winger comes in, Figueroa. We know it's not his name, but we're going to shout him out anyway. And he puts a ball across that was so dangerous that the guy who's given away a penalty has now put it into the back of his own net. And he has even a torrid afternoon for us, which is great to see. Oh, absolutely. Mismark there. You would say that Isaac Holland was on the back post, so could potentially have done well and put it in. But hey, if it goes in, it goes in. I don't care how it goes in, right? We're 4-1 up now. Can we get a fifth? Really absolutely dominate Tranmere. Show to them that our hands are firmly on that automatic promotion spot. Really put a nail in the coffin here. Hopefully this result might go on and upset the rest of their campaign as well. Oh, they tried to get that one back. We do well and read it well defensively. They're still on the attack here. The highlight continues. Oh, James Wright again with safe hands. I think what we are going to do is now, at this point, bring off Briggs. Again, a little bit more rest, a little bit more squad management. It does seem to be all Tranmere at the moment. Branningham gets the ball there, tries to get it forward to Francis. Francis just can't get on the end of it, but that's okay. They're playing some lovely football. Luckily for us, they still do not have their shooting boots on. I'm going to chop it back to a little bit more of a standard passing style. I'm going to get us to work the ball into the box as well. I'm going to get us to go cautious now. Try and just, you know, play a little bit more safe with the ball. Short passing, tiki-taka around. We don't need to be sort of pushing ourselves too much here. We can afford to just play it around nicely. We'll bring on Chris Francis as well. They've brought Chris Francis in as a CDM. Didn't want them to do that. Thought they were going to bring him in centre back or left back, but that's fine. I guess it gets Dario some rest. Not even taking Dario off, I've just realised. It's taking Gromek off. But to be fair, Gromek has only just come back from injury, so I guess that does make sense. 88 minutes played. Pendleton gets a step in, does well. Francis is on at DM. We've never seen Francis play as a DM. What's he saying? Refused to be coming on in this position. Yeah, I bet, mate. Me too. It was the assistant who decided to bring you on in that position, not me. Who are still winning? Barnsley did draw in the end to Torquay, so it does mean that now it is only a 4-point gap to top of the league. 2-point gap over Krul, and of course a lovely 8-point gap now over Tranmere. I'm going to say that's as good as you're going to see. Well done. So like I said in the intro then, the plan is going to be we're going to be going into the January transfer window momentarily. We've got a game on the 1st of January, so what I'll do is I'll skip forward to that. If any news has come through, then I'll bring you back to that. I doubt there's going to be anything from there. But then what I'll do is I'll play the Grimsby game and skip forward, like I said, over these games. Maybe bring us to the Crew game. Again, I know it's kind of similar to an episode that we've seen, but these games are also important, right? If we can then beat Crew. I mean, the automatics aren't guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination because there's still a lot of football to be played, but we would have a very good points gap over those in the chasing pack. Maybe bring us back actually to the Crew game, depending on what other interest has come through. And then what I'll do is, if we do see Crew, end the episode there. And of course, then maybe bring you back from the next episode right at the end of January so I can then fill you in with any transfer news that's happened over these dates here. Okay, so maybe they weren't even going to let us get the Grimsby game out of the way. we've had some transfer offers come in for our superstar Killer Ferrari. I'm not going to lie, looking at the start of these viewer offers, these are absolutely abysmal. 67,000 over 2 installments and then 55,000 after 20 league appearances. No, that's not going to happen. So we are gonna, why can't we, can we not look at these or view these? Hang on, if we go back on here, here we go. 50k up front and then 47k. No, this is absolutely taking the mick, this is. California's agent has indicated the client may become unsettled if he's not allowed to speak to Coventry City. With an offer like this, you're not. So let's get rid of all of this. I'll keep the profit of the next sale, but if you want him, we want £1 million. No. We want £1 million for him. So you're going to give us £1 million and these installments? I mean, I feel like that's £1 million and then installments of 67,000 and up to 55k after 20 games, per league appearance of 11,000 and a 40% profit of next sale. I don't want to accept it, but I feel like I haven't got a choice. £1 million is a lot of money for a player in this level. I mean, now I wish I went for a little bit more. What about if I now try and put that up to 1.5 million? 1.3 million. Okay, well, I think we have to accept it, boys. I think we have no choice. And then if Watford want him, we're going to go 2.5 million flat. They don't want to do it. Killer Ferrari might be leaving at literally 9 a.m. on the 1st of January. Coventry City offer Killer Ferrari loan back. Okay. Yes, I think we'll accept the loan back. I mean, he might not play week in, week out, because obviously I then need Ishmael to be progressing. But I think that's where we are at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Grimsby game. And then, of course, I'll keep you updated whether any other offers come in for Killer Ferrari. What is he concerned about? Wants to leave due to the interest being shown in him. Yeah, well, I've already spoken to them and I've accepted a bid for you. Relax. Saying that he's valued at 1.5 million, I mean... Now, I've accepted 1.3. I feel like a fool, but I think that's because I went back and asked, obviously, for the 1.5. I think 1.3 million is good for Killer Ferrari, right? Let me know in the comment sections what you think. Have I jumped the gun there a little bit? Or do you think that's a good offer? Who knows? More teams could come in, don't forget. And we might be able to negotiate more. But I'll see you in a moment. So just quickly bringing you back. We managed to beat Grimsby 2-1. Loney from Oxford, been in on the score sheet twice, so can't complain. Again, it shows if we can rotate and we can still get goals, we're all right. We did concede in the 75th minute, but a little bit risky towards the end, squeaky bum time, but we managed to win 2-1. What that also means, I saw that Crew drew 3-3 with Carlisle, which is good. Barnsley did win though, so Barnsley are just an unstoppable force again, a little bit like us. We've only lost 4, but they've obviously won 2 more games than us. Our goal difference now in the league is 42. Only conceded 22 goals all season. And that just goes to show how solid we are, defensively sound, and how the tactic works with that defending, the tracking wingers, the 2 CDMs sitting there. And if you want to obviously see the deep dive into the tactic in a bit more detail, I have got a video out that does go through that. So please feel free to go out and check that. Tranmere also drew 1-1 to Cheltenham as well. So 10-point gap now over Tranmere, 6-point gap, no, 4-point gap over Crew, and a 4-point gap between us and Barnsley. No other news has come in from transfer stamps as yet. Of course, I will bring that to you if anything is carrying on. But what I'll do is I'll carry on moving it forward to the Crew game in case there isn't anything else. Okay, we have had another transfer come in. This is from Bolton this time round. And this is for Hayden Murray-Holmes. Now, Killer Ferrari pains me to let him go. You know, youth intake, been with us the whole time. But I've got a replacement. Ishmael. I thought ahead, got someone in. Murray-Holmes, I've really got a replacement for him and his quality right now. So, if he's going, it needs to be, again, another big money offer. What they're offering at the minute is not big enough. So that would be a total of 230 grand. I'm sorry, that isn't enough. He's worth minimum 230 up to 650. So I think, again, it's going to have to be a call. Well, He's extremely interested in speaking to Bolton and would require convincing to stay at the club. So I think we need to go. I don't want to cause an upset in the dressing room, right? And I think you can all agree that's the last thing we need. Do we need these players going? Not really. Would this have been better in the summer? Yes, but that's just the part and parcel of the January transfer window. I'm going to put 1.7 in. Right, they've said no. So now can I still discuss with him about staying? Unhappy high asking price stopped him moving to Bolton. Well, I mean, they could have negotiated. Right, now he's keen to discuss. Okay, let's discuss the issue with him. I'm disappointed that you priced me out of a move to Bolton. This was a big chance for me to test myself in a better division, and I need you to be more realistic with your asking price if they bid again. I want the one with they just didn't offer enough. 230k is a slap in the face. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to make a promise that we'll let him leave. Then again, it gives us some time, doesn't it? One more season to help us try and win promotion this year. I'll let you go at the end of the season if we don't go up, though. See, this one's saying, why leave when you could remain here and be successful? I'd like you to stick around for one more season and try and help us with promotion this year. Why leave when you could remain here and be successful? I'll kick myself I don't take advantage of the interest while it's there. Surely you can understand. I don't think the finances were right on the deal they're offering. I can see where you're going to force the issue, so I'll have to agree to let you go. No. I can see I'm not going to be able to talk you around. Money talks, though. Would a pay rise tempt you to stay? Don't really want to do that. I didn't want it to get to this stage, but I can see I'm not going to change your mind. Oh. This isn't about money. Okay. That's all well and good. What do you consider a reasonable... How about this? Does this work? Well, it's not giving me the option. Ah, okay, fine. I'm going to say 1.2 million. I think we could be a bit more realistic here. 1.1 would be a more realistic... Okay, fine. 1.1 then. Hopefully they don't come in at that price. You know what I mean? That's my thinking here. That's my logic, right? They don't come in at the 1.1 million. We keep Hayden Murray-Holmes till the end of the season. Then if we have to sell him, we have to sell him, right? It gives me time to be able to find replacements. But them two players going, to be honest, they're not the main players though, are they? Hugo's not asking to leave. Francis not asking to leave. Holland's not asking to leave. That's our attacking threat. It just gives us that solidity in midfield of Hayden Murray-Holmes. So I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll just have to see. But I'm going to skip it forward anyway, like I said. This episode's probably going to be a bit longer than usual, so you're going to have to bear with me, right? But I'm going to skip it forward to Crew. Any other transfer news that happens, of course, I will bring you straight to it. So just bringing you back ever so quickly, we drew in the end 1-1 with Forest Green. They scored in the 91st minute. We managed to score an equaliser in the 96th minute. Outside of that, it was a boring game. But as you can see, not really anyone, apart from Branningham, who got that last-minute winner, actually played anywhere near the level that we want them to play. So again, an off day at the office, so to speak. Moving on to the Crew game, of course. Moving on now to the Crew game. Of course, if anything happens, I will let you know transfer-wise. I might be calling it there because we've seen the Tranmere game. We've had a lot of transfer business, and of course, I don't want this to go on too far. And I feel if I record another game, it's going to. But what the plan will maybe be is bring you straight back for the next episode at Crew. I'll see what happens in the next couple of days skipping forward. This is what I was talking about. The club have now taken it out of my own hands and they've accepted 850,000 for Murray-Holmes. Asked to renegotiate. We're not taking that. I'm going to say to the board, I think we'd get more for him if we kept him for when he's only going to improve. We are sorry, but the club needs the money from the transfer and we are therefore not in a position to renegotiate terms. This concludes the meeting. Well, I'm going to accept the loan back. Oh, do I want to resign as Oxford City manager because of it? That's a big call. I'm not going to resign. But 850k when we've said about getting 1.1 million. He's a decent Sky Bet League One player. Come on, we could get more for him. That's really annoyed me. At least we've got a loan back, I suppose. Frustrating. And there we go. Now Killer Ferrari's set to go to Coventry. If you just waited one day, board, we would have got the money for Killer Ferrari. You would have had to accept 850,000 for Murray Holmes. Oh, now what do I cancel this and say we don't want him to go? I don't think so. I think that's too good of an offer to turn down. 1.5 million overall. It's 1.3 up front. 400 grand's going to be added to the transfer budget. Do you know what? Keep it. Give me 200. Clear off the debt of the club. I'd rather you do that. Let's accept that. Let him go. That's so sad. It is the club's record transfer fee. How much is he actually worth at Coventry? Oh, potentially up to 3.5 million. Shock. But anyway, he's on loan to us for there. Tate Campbell's going as well because he's just keeps moaning about not getting football. Right, well, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. I'm going to skip us up to the Crew game, see what happens with regards to Hayden Murray Holmes. And yeah, then we'll go from there. Well, there you go. The end of this episode. We're halfway through the January transfer window. And we know halfway through only one of the players who we kind of knew was going to leave but didn't really want to leave has left. 1.5 million eventually in the bag, 1.3 million up front. I mean, I feel like it was a good deal for the club. We have Ishmael, who's not as good, obviously, but he's not put a foot wrong, right, when he's played. So I don't necessarily think we're that much weaker, but we need to obviously now reinvest that money to get us that much stronger. As long as we can carry on our promotion push, I'll be happy. We've got 11 points clear in them automatic promotion spots. We just need to hold on. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen to Hayden Murray Holmes. The likelihood is he's gone. But of course, I'll bring you straight back to the game against Crew in the next episode so we can carry on seeing what's going to happen over this transfer window. Probably the biggest transfer window we've ever been involved in with Oxford City. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to see what happens in the rest of the window, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.